When we think of World War II, images of roaring fighter planes dueling in the skies often come to mind. These were the arenas where modern-day knights, the fighter pilots, clashed in a desperate struggle for aerial supremacy. We all know the famous names, the aces with staggering kill counts. But today, we're diving deeper, beyond the headlines and official records, to uncover the untold stories of the pilots who became legends. These aren't just tales of combat, they're stories of incredible skill, unbelievable luck, and the raw human spirit that thrived amidst the chaos of war. Let's start with a pilot you might not have heard of, but whose story is nothing short of cinematic. His name was George Preddy, an American ace, flying the P-51 Mustang. While his official tally of 26.83 aerial victories is impressive, it's a single mission that truly defines his legend. On August 6, 1944, Preddy and his squadron were escorting bombers over Hamburg. Suddenly, they were swarmed by over 50 German fighters. In the chaos that followed, Preddy didn't just survive, he dominated. In less than 8 minutes, he single-handedly shot down 6 enemy aircraft. Think about that. 6 confirmed kills in a frantic, swirling dogfight. A feat that almost defies belief. It wasn't just about being a good shot. It was about situational awareness, instinct, and a level of calm under pressure that few possessed. Preddy's 6-in-a-day mission became a benchmark for what a single pilot in the right machine could achieve. Tragically, he was later killed by friendly fire on Christmas Day, 1944. A somber reminder of the unpredictable nature of war. Now, let's cross over to the other side and talk about a German ace whose story is equally compelling, but for different reasons. His name was Hans-Joachim Marseille, known as the Star of Africa. Flying the Messerschmitt Bf-109 in the North African campaign, Marseille was a phenomenon. He was known for his unorthodox and highly aggressive tactics, often breaking formation to engage multiple enemies at once. He wasn't a beaver book pilot. He was an artist of aerial combat. His specialty was deflection shooting, hitting a moving target while his own plane was also maneuvering violently. It's an incredibly difficult skill, and Marseille was a master. On one incredible day, September 1st, 1942, he claimed 17 Allied aircraft shot down in 3 separate sorties. 17. In one day. His squadron mates described watching him as a blur of motion, his plane dancing between enemy fighters, guns blazing with lethal precision. He was a rock star pilot, flamboyant and confident, but his story also ends in tragedy. Just a few weeks after his record-breaking day, his new Bf-109 suffered an engine failure. As he bailed out, he struck the tail of his aircraft and was killed instantly. He wasn't shot down by an enemy. He was a victim of mechanical failure, a stark contrast to his dazzling victories. These stories often focus on the European or African theaters, but the Pacific was home to its own brand of air combat heroics. Consider Richard Bong, America's ace of aces, with 40 confirmed victories. He remains the highest-scoring American ace in history. What's fascinating about Bong is that he didn't fit the typical fighter pilot mold. He was quiet, humble, and by many accounts, a poor gunner in training. But in the cockpit of his P-38 Lightning, he was a natural. His tactic was simple and direct. Get as close as possible before opening fire. Sometimes dangerously close. He wasn't a fancy dogfighter like Marseille. He was a hunter. He had an uncanny ability to see enemy aircraft before anyone else, and a sixth sense for positioning his twin-engine fighter for the perfect shot. Despite his incredible record, Bong was terrified of flying. He once told a reporter that he flew with the assumption that every mission could be his last. After achieving his 40th victory, he was taken off combat duty and sent home to be a test pilot. In a cruel twist of fate, the man who survived hundreds of combat missions against the Japanese died while testing America's first operational jet fighter, the P-80 Shooting Star, when the aircraft malfunctioned on takeoff. And it wasn't just the men. While women weren't officially allowed in combat roles for most nations, their contributions were vital and often heroic. Take Lydia Litvyak of the Soviet Air Force. Known as the White Lily of Stalingrad, she was one of the world's first female fighter aces. Flying a Yaquin fighter, she was a fierce and skilled pilot, earning at least 12 solo victories. She wasn't just a token female pilot. She was a respected and feared adversary. German pilots who survived encounters with her reported being outflown by a pilot of exceptional skill. She took part in some of the most brutal air battles on the Eastern Front, including the Battle of Stalingrad and the Battle of Kursk. In August 1943, during the intense fighting over the Donbass region, her plane was seen falling from the sky, pursued by German fighters. She was just 21 years old. Her body wasn't found until 1979, and only then was she officially recognized as a hero of the Soviet Union. Her story is a powerful testament to the courage of those who fought, regardless of gender, in the face of overwhelming odds. What these stories show us is that behind the statistics and the black and white photos were real people. People with unique talents, fears, and personalities. Predis, ice-cold precision, Marseille's flamboyant artistry, Bong's humble deadliness, and Litvak's trailblazing courage. They were thrust into a conflict that demanded more than just skill. It demanded a kind of genius for survival. Their planes were extensions of their will, their cockpits, the only world that mattered in those life-or-death moments. Their legends weren't just built on the number of planes they shot down, but on how they did it, and the human stories behind the victories. They were ordinary people who, when placed in the crucible of war, did extraordinary things, forever etching their names into the history of flight. Their stories remind us that even in the darkest of times, the human capacity for excellence and bravery can shine through, creating legends that inspire us to this day. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look into the unsung heroes of the skies, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments which pilot's story you found most fascinating. See you in the next one.